I am watching Star Trek Enterprise. I'm watching specifically because there's a story arc that I wanted to check out. And as I'm checking out this episode, I'm thinking to myself, I may have been a little too harsh on Enterprise. You see, I've long since hailed Enterprise as the crappiest of the Star Trek series. And when you compare it to what they're doing now with Discovery, which I think is getting a really bad rap, for no reason, Enterprise is much like Discovery in that way. I think a lot of die-hard Trekkies tend to forget what they don't like. Like, for example, Enterprise it's set before the originals. But you have to understand that the level of technology, while limited, it's still technology. Like, I understand that back in the day, Captain Kirk ship had like light bulbs and Christmas tree lights and whatnot. It was a cheaper looking set. And there are a lot of diehard people who would say, why aren't they doing it that way to stay true to the original? But in this day and age, could you really do with the Christmas lights in the background and the really cheesy graphics of the original? Like, it has to be modern to appeal to a new audience. And I think we have to remember that liking something different about Star Trek doesn't rob you of the Star Trek you already enjoy. Like, I'm a Next Generation fan. I love Next Generation. I love that Deep Space Nine and Voyager followed in that tradition. Like, but in 2018, I don't want to see the Enterprise D represented like that anymore. It's time to, step it up. So I think that even though a lot of this stuff has been prequels, you have to forgive that we have to keep up with the times. It's not going to look like it did when it was nostalgic to us. So keeping that in mind, I'm actually enjoying Enterprise a lot more. It did its best. It did some exploratory shit. And it did its best to stick to canon or try to explain canon. Like, they tried. They really tried. And I'm going to give Enterprise another honest go. I really am. So, I'm thinking about it though, realistically, the crappiest ones to me are still just Star Trek, the original series. Like, I love Kirk and Spock and all of them, and I respect the legacy, but man, I can't watch those. They're bad. Like, the stories are fantastic. And see, but that's the wrong mindset to have, because a big part of Star Trek is the story. And at the time, it was like the 60s and 70s, and that was really the best they could do. So you have to judge it by its era, So, wow, I think I just have a completely different perspective now on Star Trek as a whole. I have to accept them for where they were, like in relation to technology and graphics and whatnot, and just appreciate that the stories are good. With that in mind, you can't really be a bad Star Trek.
I told him everything.
Wow, I think I'm really on to something here.
Is he going to move against me?
Yeah.
For yourself.
I'm gonna.
Is this the move you expected?
Like, I'm watching it. It is a little cheesy. It's a little cheesy with the dialogue, but that's part of the charm. I've misjudged this, and I'm
10
going,
years later, you're plotting against me.
before I
Understood
can
this.
speak ill will of this again,
Doesn't look that way
I
from
will
here.
respect it. I will respect it for what it is.
Have trapped me
It's
like
Star
this.
Trek.
But I have.
I think that's important. Yeah, I'm a little high. Okay, I'm done. I'm
It's
gonna
between
go.
us.
Maybe I won't. I saw Black Panther tonight,
Here I am.
and I kind of want to
Listen
talk
to
about
me.
it,
They only listen
but
to me.
I'm not gonna do it here because I wanted. This is about Star Trek, so yeah, I'm gonna Enterprise gets another shot from me. Let's go.